Welcome. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Good morning. And welcome to Viva Cafe con Leche. I am the badass Buddha, the white girl. I am
La gringa.
Your authentic. What am I? I am. My business is Align Yourself Inc. My name is Lori Monaco. I am coming to you from a very chilly southern Connecticut. It snowed a little bit again last night, so we got a little bit of a dusting, which makes things slippery. And what am I? I am a author. I am a teacher, speaker, coach. I'm a chiropractor. I am a weight loss and wellness specialist. I am a mindfulness and authenticity and transformational coach. And welcome. Hey, good morning, everybody.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yes, you're welcome.
Chanel Real Deal. Good morning, prima. Milagros. Me alegro.
Kathy Ruiz, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, fabulous.
I am La Margarita de Margarita, which means I belong to me. I am Las Margaritas. So pick a daisy. Does he love me? Does he love me not? I am Mother Moon's favorite child. I am a sacred healer, a spiritual coach, and an end-of-life doula. I am a writer, author, artist, and I am your wedding officiant. So come on down. Let's share the love. And good morning. And I'm so happy to hear, and I'm tired as hell because it's cold in Florida, but I'm tired. So, but here we are, showing up for ourselves, showing up for one another.
And good morning, Nancy Green. Good morning, Erika. Bolahala in the house. Good morning, Janet. And we love it. We love that you are saying hi so that we could see you right up front. We don't have to keep looking at our phone. When you say hi, it actually pops up on our screen. But when you just kind of sneak your way in, we have to actually look at our phone. So sometimes we miss people, and we love shouting people out, or at least saying hi in the comments. So happy that you're all here. Don't forget to share, get more people on. That is our goal for this year, is to just blast Viva out there. We are in our third season, but we are actually rounding up to our second year of full service. So second year will be coming in May. We're not quite there yet, but we want to see like a massive shift this year. We want to see a massive shift because we all need the massive shift. We had a shitty 2021 for most people. Oh, I love that.
Well, we should just have the 4th of July. Every month should be that 4th of July. You know, that, that's so beautiful. That's it. And everybody just goes there just to see it. And then they leave happy. And that's our mission. That's, we'd like to let the boom booms in color. That's who we are. And that's who you are, the sazons.
That sounds good. I thought you were going to keep going while I was typing, but okay.
That was it.
You feel good to that, and that was that, right? So, yes, the reason we really want to make this blast this year, because we're stepping up our game. We're going back to the first year of some real crazy topics, but topics that really mean a lot to people, but maybe people are too uncomfortable to talk about. So we're really getting back to that fire, that excitement for the first year. We will still have fabulous guests on here. So it's important to get a bigger crowd so that they get this information. And we make our tribe bigger. We just make ourselves stronger, which is great. So good morning, Arlene Kelly. Liza Tuck is in the house.
Arlene says, good morning, ladies. Sitting here with Connie, enjoying your video. Kiss my sister for me. And thank you for coming on, Arlene. That's awesome. Right.
So what are you drinking this morning, Gladiator Guru?
I am drinking, it's very smooth, very creamy. It is my very own Naturally Orgasmic Cricket's Whisper Cafe Company. This one, I mixed them today, so I got both bags. This one is the light to medium, more medium. And then this one is the dark roast. That's why I feel so creamy. And remember, you can
You
start
feel
placing
creamy?
your orders in. I'm still waiting on redesigning my logo, but you can still put your orders in. And remember, my coffee's only mission is to invoke those happy childhood memories from the time spent at Abuelita's house. Walking into Abuelita's house at any age, you always smelled fresh brewed coffee. Then you heard chatter with your parents, and you heard laughter, and you were given extra pieces of pastries because that's what came out when coffee was being brewed. And to me, being raised by my grandmother from 6 months to 5.5, those were my happy childhood memories. Was café con leche. So
Nice.
this is Cricket's Whisper. Invoking happy memories, one sip at a time. Place your orders in. DM me, text me, message me, call me. Don't matter. Let's just get this done. Let's support one another. So that's what I'm drinking. Why? Because what does coffee mean to me? It is that warmth on this cold, rainy morning. It connects me, my spirit, my body to my 5 senses. Why? Because I smell it while I am grinding it in the morning. And then when you brew it.
What are you grinding?
My coffee.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you're grinding something else.
Any vibrators anybody has, I don't mind.
Send them over.
Send them
You
over.
want used? I mean,
no used.
Only new in the package, please.
So the morning coffee to me, it awakens every part of my senses. So what does it do? It has me smelling the coffee, and then I taste it. But then the beautiful part is listening to it with the slow drip. When you pour the water on it and the fresh coffee foams up on top, and you hear the drip of it. And then you taste it and you touch it. And so all your 5 senses go into making a cup of coffee. And then all you have to do is sit back, clear your mind, take those sips. And before the start of your day, invoke those happy memories, childhood memories, teenage memories, young adult, whatever memories make you happy. So when you leave that front door, nothing, the traffic, the asshole drivers that shouldn't be on the road, that stop to take a right turn, those are my words. When you get into the office and people have attitude, none of that's going to faze you. Why? Because you initiated your day intentionally with happy memories, enjoying that cup of coffee or tea, but I have to just put that out there. But that's what you have to do. You have to become one with you, with your palate, with how it makes it feel. That first sip of hot coffee, I know no one can say they don't feel that. And it's the first thing in the morning you take, and it rolls down. It rolls down the inside of your throat, and you feel it filtering down your chest, down. And it's like, ooh. And that's where Magically Orgasmic comes in. That's you enjoying yourself and everything that it makes you feel with yourself. And then you go out and you have a productive, intentional, happy day. It all starts with you and it ends with you. Your boss can't get you upset. The badass Buddha can't piss you off because you wore a jean jacket today. None of that can affect you. Okay? That's how random it is. That's how random.
Was there a dress code? Was I not supposed to?
No, I'm saying that's how random we allow outside entities to permeate our spirit and our soul and ruin our day. It's all up to you. Pick your poison. Are you going to have a good day today or you're not? But don't blame anybody else. Be the disruptor.
You know what's funny? I actually had something else on and I changed and I'm like, I'm going to be a disruptor today. I'm going to wear the pretty dress with the
I love that.
With the denim jacket, and she's talking crap about the jacket.
I'm not. I just used you as an example, and I think that's what we need to do. That's coffee for me in the morning. I got to write that down because that's going in my book. 5 cents.
So I'm drinking naturally orgasmic coffee as well, and I'm drinking it in. This is a cup my friend gave me. It's so funny. She gave it to me for Christmas.
I love that. I shake the bitch for you right in the kidney.
And it comes with it, and it came with a little keychain that says the same thing.
Oh, I love that. Now that's a cool friend.
Oh my God. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. Our topic today, we're going to be talking about being a disruptor. That is part of our mantra. And look at Jonathan Cruz is in the house. Good
Well, we know we good when
morning.
Pookie's in the house.
Yes. Yep. And this is, we're going to start really focusing a lot on these, like really talking about the feeding into the mantras about being the disruptor. So before we actually let's do the mantra. Let's set our intention, and then we'll start our conversation, and actually we'll start the intro conversation of like why it's really important to actually have shows that are specifically focused on this mantra, because we cannot let last year happen for those that felt in that funk for 2021, and for those that have felt in a funk for the last 2 years. We cannot let that happen. And the only way to prevent that is to be aware and checking in with ourselves, checking in with other tribe members and making sure that they're still here. We get a little worried when we don't see some of our tribe members on there, because there's certain people that were showing up and then all of a sudden they like fall out. Luckily we find out that they got busy, or they had a shift change in work or whatever, but we get worried, and we've been there. So that's the other piece of it. It's like when we're not paying attention to ourselves, we slip in there. So yes, Tata Rodriguez, good morning.
Good morning,
All right.
Tata.
Okay, so let's set our intention for today. And as usual, we're not going to get new ones anymore. We're going to do the same thing every single day that we're on the show for the whole year, to make sure that you get this. So the intention for today, as every day, is to be intentional. My intention today is to be intentional.
And mine, to walk in gratitude.
Yes.
Even when I want to punch somebody, I'm going to be graceful about it.
Well, you could be grateful that you have a fist innate that would allow you to punch that person,
and
if they
the
were
choice to do it or not. Yeah. So see, it always all goes back to you. But I will walk in gratitude. I walk in gratitude.
Okay. And they're good, because listen, the reason we're saying to leave it open and saying just be intentional is just whatever you want to do that's right for you, just have an intention behind it, set it, and then be grateful, because gratitude is what shifts the energy. Gratitude is what calms us down. It keeps us grounded. It keeps us level and allows us to stay more focused and in a better headspace. Okay, and then the mantra. Oh, Yritza's in the house. Yay, here she is. There she was. Liza says, I want to punch my husband. Yeah, that's their purpose, really, sometimes is.
Yeah, punching bag.
Okay, and then our mantra. Okay, so you ready? You say it with us. You could say it in your head. You could say it out loud. We hope you could say it out loud. Say it as loud as you can if you are able to. And repeat after me. I am a disruptor.
I am a disruptor.
I am unapologetically courageous.
I am unapologetically courageous.
Feel it. Feel it. I am spiritually grounded.
I am spiritually grounded.
I am magically orgasmic.
Woo! To know me is to love me.
And I go beyond authenticity.
And I keep it real.
So feel it, write that shit down so that you look at it every single day and remind yourself. It is very powerful when you look down at that piece of paper and you have to remind yourself that I am this. I am a disruptor. I am unapologetically courageous. I am spiritually grounded. I am magically orgasmic. And I am beyond authentic. Because when you're in those moments where you're fucking with your own head, or somebody else is doing that to you, you got to be reminded about who you are and stand up for yourself and not play small. Please be tired of playing small already. God knows I am tired of me playing small.
Yeah.
So,
well, as with anything you do, you have to do with gratitude, because you woke up today to have an opportunity to do something.
Yes.
If your day goes bad, don't the most popular thing that's done, and the least thing you should do is blame people and places. Go back to the beginning of your day. What did you do? And most importantly, what the hell did you not do
Yes.
to make that day be exactly what it's supposed to be, or what it should be, or what it needed to be? Because remember, it's bigger than what this thinks. This is very minuscule to what it really is. So, you know what? I don't know why my video isn't playing, but with the disruptors and everything, I hope you have one next to you. But Chanel, I got mine.
I should have brought mine. I have it in my office downstairs.
Oh, so
It
I
is
got,
here.
yes, it is here. I will be posting later. 9 beautiful women sharing their badass stories in this compilation. You want to get your copy. I know Chanel and I are cousins, so all the family in Connecticut has got a copy of it. But for those who haven't got a copy, inbox me so you can get your autographed copy.
Yeah, Chanel's been knocking it out, man.
What?
She got her first, everybody got 35 copies, and then she just ordered 50 more. So she is absolutely freaking rocking it.
That's it.
Rocking it.
Because when we walk in gratitude and we are kind to ourselves and we are loving to ourselves so we can be loving to everyone else, then you need to take pride. Pride is made out to be such an ugly label, right? Oh, stop being so prideful. But what it is that you have to be prideful of yourself in the sense that you accomplished something you set out to do. Now that's gratitude, that you had the ability to want to do it and follow through with it. And this is it. This is just the beginning of your journey.
Yes.
So for those who don't know Chanel, those who don't know she's my cousin, I was very happy to participate in this adventure with her. So enhorabuena, prima, and for Lori to bringing us all together. So if you want a copy of her badass story autographed by moi, hit me up.
Yeah, and you know what? When you come back to Connecticut, what we'll do is we'll meet up with Chanel and we'll have a book signing so that all three of us, you can get a book with all 3 signatures in it too. That would be very cool. I want to share this because you know me, my kid's going to grab me in about 10 minutes to go out. But Kathy Ruiz, this is beautiful. She says, I am Central Time here in Texas, and a few days ago it came to me that I receive healing at 7 and 9. So I added you ladies to my Tuesday and Thursday AM scheduled. I have an Earth Grid up since last year, and that is on my 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. scheduled. Many blessings to everyone. That is such an honor. That really is, Kathy. Thank you so much for that. Chanel, we love you too. Oh, you're blushing. You shouldn't. You're like fabulous. You're absolutely fabulous.
Bam, and that's the best drinking buddy you can go out with.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
It is on Amazon. But you won't get an autographed copy on Amazon.
That's right.
So I have copies here, and
each of the authors have their own set of copies, and we can sell directly. So it can, it'll come to you. So it's the same price between, shipping through Amazon if you have to pay for shipping. But yeah, you're right. You won't get the autographed.
Yeah, that's autograph. Autograph's gonna cost you a little extra because that's a lot of time and effort and beauty. Put that pen to paper, baby. Yep. But yeah, so this is it. This is out now, and then order your coffees. Let's make this happen. Because this year is about discovering your true gifts. Awakening them into that talent, and then the most important of all is putting that hustle behind it. Put that hustle behind it, and let's live abundantly, and let's be service to our fellow women who are trying to rise up as well. That should be the mission for this year: is discovering your gift, bringing out that talent, adding the hustle, because the talent is free, right? The talent is free. How much shit that I paint and write and gave away for free, and I'm the one who put that hustle in it? That's no mas. I mean, I'm still gonna gift because that's
correct.
I'm a gifter, but Discover the gift. Figure out which talent you're going to use. Put the hustle behind it. Live abundantly.
Take a
Service to
hustle.
other women. And let's rise above it this year. We've been through, it was earth shattering what we went through in 2020. And we were just like, oh, it was good. It was scary. It was fucking earth shattering for many who had to stay in their homes with their abusers, whether they're children or women.
Yes.
It was earth shattering for those main breadwinners that weren't working and they didn't offer work from home services. It was just earth shattering to know there was no toilet paper on the shelves. So take it for what it was.
Very earth shattering.
Yes. So, and you survived and you stood positive and you didn't.
We were still able to wipe our ass.
So guess what? Then 2021 was walking on thin ice, right? Oh my God, is this ice gonna crack, or is this gonna stay frozen for a while?
Right.
So we were teeter-tottering, and where were we gonna accomplish our dreams? Where were we gonna set these goals? Because family, whatever the reason may have been, 2021, I lost my mother. It was still coming back into ourselves. Well, guess what? I'm not gonna say 2022. I'm gonna say, on this new day, make a promise to yourself that you are going to put the effort into your hustle to make your gifts and your talents provide for you.
Yes. And good morning to Elaine Colon Aparicio. Is that correct? Did I say it right? And Francia is in the house.
She's from Puerto Rico.
I know.
Francia.
On the actual thing, she has a little heart with the Puerto Rican flag, but it shows up like this on here. It's just like a little PR. Love PR.
And I love Francia Elena Rodriguez Reina.
I know.
Colombian.
So with regards to what you said, we could look at 2020 and 2021 as disruptors. Like they were disruptive. Years ago, disruptive was a bad word. Remember, like you would be like, oh, that child was being disruptive in class, But over the last few years, being a disruptor has become synonymous with being powerful. Whether it's a person that's a disruptor or a situation that's a disruptor, I have a definition. So according to when we're defining it, according to in the internet, a disruptor is a person or thing that interrupts an event, activity, or process by causing a disturbance or problem. A company or form of technology that causes radical change. I love that word, radical change, in an existing industry or market by means of innovation. And radical by itself can be iffy, but when you have it with innovative, and then a person, company, or technology that changes the way an industry operates, especially in a new or an innovative way. Until fairly recently, calling a disruptor wasn't a compliment. But we're looking at it as, you're a disruptor. We're not telling you to be a disruptor in somebody else's life to like go over and then just bother people. You will bother people only because you're being a disruptor of yourself. And that's what we're teaching you, is to be a disruptor of yourself. So if 20 and 2021 were disruptors to you, they were disruptors to everybody. Yet some people did the best business of their lives in 2021. They made the most money ever in their lives. Why is that? And it wasn't that they were screwing people over. Maybe some businesses were. But it was because they took the opportunity. Do you know, I knew people that in 2020, when everything was kind of still around, but it was restricted, actually not even that restrictive. I knew some people that traveled more in 2020 than they did in the last 3 years because it was so cheap to travel. They had the plane to themselves. They would spread out and they were like, this is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. And they had such a great time doing it. So why was it that these individuals decided that 2020 and 2021 were not going to take them down? Because they decided to be the disruptors in their own life and disrupt the disruption, right? Now, 2020 for Gladiator Guru and I was absolutely fantastic. We had a great year. We started the show. We got closer. We started coaching each other. We were really like seriously in a good space. I lost a bunch of weight. Gladiator Guru lost weight. And then 2021 comes along, and with all the hopes and dreams that we ended 2020, we came into January 2021 with, and then all of a sudden, like this weird, I don't know, bullshit was happening. And it was definitely, there was an energy, but it was I felt it. Gladiator Guru felt it. And then by March, we just sort of fell into this, like, a hold of horrible energy, and we just kept going down and down, and we go up and then we go down and up and down. And by the end of the year, it became really clear that we allowed the 2021 disruption to disrupt us. See, it's different when you disrupt yourself, when you allow somebody else or something else to disrupt you in a negative way, but unless it's a positive. And that's the goal of our show, is to get you, to push you to disrupt yourself and be a positive influencer on yourself. Yeah, see, look what you did, so.
And the operative word is self. See, stop focusing on, good morning, my beautiful son-in-law, Argenis.
Yes, good morning, honey.
When we do that for self, that's when it matters. You can't say, well, I'm going to stop doing this because so-and-so needs me. What about you? You know, on Tuesday nights, like tonight, my series is Feed Your Spirit, Nurture Your Ego. Not enough of us is feeding our spirit because we only feel good when we're doing something for someone else. Why is that? Because you lack self-trust, because you have no self-love. That's the truth. You can argue with me all you want, but that's what it is. When you're ready to always be there for someone else, but you're not happy, you're not fulfilled, you lack self-trust, and there's no self-love. Because it's God, you, then everybody else. And that's easy. If you love God and you love your child and you're the middle person, without you, that child wouldn't be there. Without God, you wouldn't be there. It's an easy math equation. So you have to show your gratitude and disrupt your damn self. Disrupt those bad habits. Disrupt the negativity. You know, get from under that little gray cloud that you created. Because I can't see it. But you can. Not only can you see it, but can you feel the rain? How's that song go? Because I would have sang it. Can you feel the rain? I don't know. I got the wrong.
I don't know.
I'm tone deaf anyway, so you're lucky, people.
You say that, but you're not that bad. So
that's what that is. And the badass Buddha was saying that disruptor meant, like, it was so negative for many, many, many years. So by people actually taking on that name, you're being a disruptor by saying you're a disruptor.
Yes.
How powerful is that? You flipped that bitch quick and you said, that's an ugly word. They always made it bad. And I'm going to disrupt my own life because I have to be better today than I was yesterday so that tomorrow, you know, I can be exactly where I'm supposed to be and what I am supposed to be. Because we're all born with the purpose. Don't you agree, Argenis? And Iritza, that was beautiful. 2020 was wonderful. I was able to come out the box. I started to drive. She had a voice again. She won't shut the hell up now. And I developed the most beautiful relationship with my grandson. And I love her. We talk all the time. We laugh. We argue. We travel. And that's the beauty of being a disruptor for yourself, because then you can be honest to other people. And she'll tell me to shut up. She hates me, but she loves me. And that's how we get along, because it's honest. There's no hidden agenda. You're not going to meet everybody. You're not going to have that relationship with everybody, but have it with yourself. Look in the mirror and says, you were wrong. You know, you shouldn't have done that, or you should do this, or we need to do that. Have that conversation in the mirror. Look at yourself. Look at your facial reactions to what you're saying. Look at yourself. Learn yourself inside and learn yourself outside. What it is you do. What are your telltale signs? When you're out there being a disruptor, standing up for yourself, because that's all it is. It's believing in who you are, what you're doing, and standing up for yourself. And saying, I don't give a shit if they don't think I can do this. I'm going to do this. So it's like disrupting your life. It's like you saying the mantra, I'm going to be a disruptor. I was, I am, I shall become. But you got to believe in it. And the most important is knowing where you're going to. What shall you become? It's having a goal from today. Because whatever you was yesterday started the seed. So you can't be mad at everything that happened in your yesterday. Because whether you fell, whether you got fired, whether you ended a relationship or you started a relationship you shouldn't have, whatever the was, it was still the reaping period. You putting those seeds, you gardening, you fostering that dirt and planting seeds. Maybe you just threw the seeds and now you got a whole mixed garden of you don't know what until they grow. But you still did the legwork in your was. Now in your I am, now you got to tend to that harvest. You got to show up, you got to talk to it, you got to make sure that it grows into what it's supposed to be. And so that when you become what you're meant to become, you have that abundance, that richness in your life, because you did the legwork where you was. Where you are, you're still tending to it, you're still believing in it, you're still saying, this is needed, this is part of my life. And then you move forward with that. But to truly disrupt your old ways, patterns, and comfort is severing the past or the old you from you, which is the negative. The shadow will always be there. You know, you have the shadows of your past life. The scars will remain. That when you disrupt your old patterns, you're severing ties like anything else. But that old you, it's still you. It's still that spirit, part of that soul. The body remembers it. How? When you smell a certain cologne or perfume, when you hear a certain song, when you taste a certain food that you only had in that part of you that you haven't had in a while because it was with a certain person. You know, when you're walking down the street and you hear a giggle or laugh, or it doesn't matter. It's going to come back. Those triggers are going to come back. And you're going to say, hi, I see you, but I don't need you. You don't own me anymore. That's how you keep it in the I was, because you don't forget it. You remember the battles, you remember the wounds, and you're still feeling the scars, but it's up to you to disrupt that part from you, because what happened to you is no longer who you are. It is a memory that's gonna pop up like slut magic with the whiff of a cologne, with the one beat of a song that it's gonna trigger. It's gonna happen. We're triggered all the time. It's how we control it in our now. How we're gonna say, I see you. I remember that. That was awful. That was phenomenal. But okay, I'm not there no more. And you keep going because the battle is within. That's where your strength and courage comes in. That's where you're going to test yourself. Don't matter who's labeling you. That's going to test who you are. That's going to, it's like when you gain that courage and that strength, it's to disrupt our outer world, right? When you do the battle inside, you're going to cry. You're going to shed tears of blood sometimes. Because sometimes endings are very, very painful. Even though in our hearts, we know that when something ends, it's just the introduction to a beginning. But that ending is like a stab to the heart. But the battle is within you. And then the strength and courage to disrupt our outer world gets enforced. That's with friends, family, acquaintances. That's when you learn how to sever ties. With family is to sever wound ties, or it is to sit, heal together so that you can become that family again. Because the choice is always yours. And who says that we got to eliminate everybody from our lives? No. Back then, when all that bullshit was happening, you probably didn't have the communication skills. Or you didn't have the courage to say, stop it. We need to sit and talk and lay all the cards on the table and bring up the hurt from the past. Relive it if you have to. Acknowledge it, accept it, feel it, release it. Then you can celebrate one another. but it's all up to you. It's you disrupting your patterns so that then you can manage everything that you have to deal with outside. That's how you have to do it. Why? Because you got to forge forward through the fire. And I speak about that in my chapter. And it's so funny we're talking about this disrupting stuff, because when a blacksmith takes a piece of metal and he dips it in the fire until it's like cherry red, and then he takes it out and he bangs, 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 and then he dips it in the water. He bangs, bangs, puts it back in the fire, takes it out, bends it, curves it, however he wants it, bangs, hammers it, gets the dings in, then puts it in the water for the last time, and voila, a masterpiece comes out. You got that sword, you got that hatchet. I love stuff like that. Beauty. Blacksmiths create beauty, but they gotta be forged through the fire, and that is you. That is you, my tribe. We each have been placed in the fire, expected to burn and perish. But what did we do? We ran across those flames. We came out on the other side a little frazzled, maybe a little singed, but we made it. And those scars are there. They're reminders that you are a courageous being, and there's nothing you can do that you cannot do. The only thing you should not do is disrupt your life from those old patterns. That's the only way we're going to flourish forward, because it's so comfortable to reach back into that safety net. And in my other book, I was talking to the badass, I wrote something, there's a poem, Please Stop. And in one part, it says, and there were the demons kicking and screaming and wanting me back to my comfort. And because it's easy to just go back to what we knew because we know it, and it's easy. And remember what I said in my past shows, easy is just that, being easy. You don't gain anything, but you lose time that you could never replace. Choice is always yours. So be the disruptor in your own life. You don't have to mess with anybody's life, your husbands, your kids, your families, your co-workers. That's not for them to discover. To disrupt your own life, you have to do the inner work. You have to have that inner vision of who the hell you are, and realize that you placed yourself in a slumber for far too long. And then let's do this. We all struggle. Everybody struggles. Nobody got it right. So, Piri, thank you. Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs, and I wrote it in 3 columns. And it talks about my demons. Are they my friends or my foe? But you know what? They were both, because they served a purpose in my life at that time through the trauma. And then now that's why people say, kill your ego, death to the ego, starve your ego. And I say, and I'm going to call whoever's out on it, that's bullshit. When you nurture your ego, those demons that we once thought were just out for our bad, they fall in love with us, because now we're walking in self-love and self-trust. Now they're working for us. They're our hype man. You know how that old saying, you got an angel on one shoulder and a devil on another? That's all your perception of how you want to live your life. Easy is the devil on your shoulder. Oh, just do it. Oh, don't do it. Let's just watch Netflix. Go ahead, eat that piece of lasagna. Oh, let's go out and have one night stands. That's that insecurity, needy person who just needs to be touched, or needs to make, other people to make them feel important, or that they're there, that they exist. That's your job. That's an inside job. So be that disruptor. And then if you don't want to become that disruptor, then don't complain. Don't complain. And for anyone out there, remember, both the Badass Buddha and I are life coaches. And we speak about this in our coaching sessions.
Oh, she pulled herself out. Oh, well, yeah. So I'll finish what you were saying. We are both coaches. We both, we do individual coaching. I also have group coaching available. And so you can always just check us out on our websites. Hopefully she will jump on quickly and back in quickly. She must have hit a button. It looks like she hit a button. There we go. Gladiator
I
Guru.
always touch my mouse and let me turn it off. And then that's what happens. But yeah, so that's what we do. And we do it for one another. And sometimes, guess what? We do these shows. We pick the topics. But we need to check each other too.
Yeah,
and
because
sometimes they don't like it.
That's the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're saying I'm tired of my life and I and you want to disrupt it and you want to flip it over and turn around, it's easier to say it, and to take action becomes very challenging for some people. Some people, they got it, man. The minute they say I'm done, they're out. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Beautiful. I love those people.
That's
but
me.
for the vast majority of us, and we have our certain pieces, some things we can be real done with and do on our own. And then there's other parts that are hard. And that's where we come in, like we go back and forth, Gladiator Guru and I, we have our highs and our lows. And when one of us is in our low, the other one is like grabbing the other one and like smacking him in the face. Like, come on, wake the fuck up. Like, get up. Let's do this. This is bullshit. It's more challenging when we're both on that low at the same time, but we're there to support each other. So it's fabulous to have this every week, but it's also even more fabulous when you get stuck. So I don't know. I was looking at the comments, and you must have gave some phenomenal words of wisdom. So I'm not exactly sure what you had said, but in order for you to, I didn't know if you talked about this. Did you talk about what they can do to become to disrupt themselves? What the things that they can do?
I think that you can say that, but I didn't read the comments. People saying,
oh yeah, they were saying fabulous wisdom. Yeah, pop them up, pop up if you want.
I love it, slut magic. Let me tell you, but I can't take credit for that. That my daughter would say that, and we went to New Orleans for one of my birthdays, and we called and Erica Balahala, my daughter and I went to New Orleans, and we called an Uber, and all of a sudden, whoop, the Uber's there, and Tiffany's like, hold up, what's this? You popping up like slut magic? And the guy cracked up and said, do you mind if I use it going forward? So now there's people in New Orleans saying it, and I was
should have trademarked that bitch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can use it. Just give me some cash.
Amazing.
Give me some free Uber. Did he charge you for the Uber? Should have got it for free.
He charged.
So here's the deal. When you are disrupting yourself, when you are saying, that's it, no mas, I'm fucking done, I've had it, you need help, because you can't do the same thing. We say this over and over again. You can't do the same thing tomorrow or today and expect to be different. So you have to do stuff that's unfamiliar. And the only way to do that is to educate yourself, understand who you are, ask yourself the right questions, watch, videos that inspire you, that teach you something, go listen to podcasts, watch movies. It could be a regular movie that inspires you, or it could be a documentary. It could be somebody speaking. You've got to hear it over and over again.
Dance. I mean, you have opportunities are endless. Come to Florida.
Whatever. But you have to write it down. You have to do the work, and when we're motivated in that moment, when we're like, that's it, I'm fucking done, I can't do it anymore, and you push yourself, we're good to go for it could be like a couple of days, it could be a couple of weeks, it could be a couple of months, but inevitably the subconscious mind pulls us down and back to the way we used to do it, because you trained that mind to be doing it that way for so long. And it's like, okay, listen, I humored you long enough, but you know what? Let's go back to the way it was. It was so much easier. It was so much easier when you did nothing. It was so much easier when you took that bullshit from people. It was so much easier when you just sat and pitied yourself. Yes, I know it sucked and it didn't feel good, but it was so much easier. We didn't have to expend that much energy, because I knew that. I know how to make that work for you. And so that's why you have to when you get to that point, whether it's 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, you need help. You need a group of people. That's why they say, you look around and the friends and the people that you hang out with. And if you are the smartest one in your group, get new friends, because they're not going to challenge you enough. If you're around negative people, they're not going to challenge you to be positive. So you have to be around the people that are the way that you want to be. If you want to be adventurous, got to be around adventurous people. Can't be around slugs that want to just lay around and eat potato chips and watch TV.
Yeah, that even though that's good, like maybe once a month, man. Let me tell
Maybe
you,
once a month you go with those people. You catch up with those people and you like sit down, but then everybody else.
Yeah.
But you read the books, okay? But then you need something else, something greater. So that's where the coaching stuff does come in. You know, the coaching stuff has taken me to levels that I never thought I would be able to go to because they pushed me. And then I felt obligated. Like I wasn't going to go every week and talk to the coach or talk to, like, I had a business coach and a life coach. I wasn't going to tell Gladiator Guru that she asked me to do something. I didn't do it, because then I'd have to tell her I didn't do it. And I have to tell her why I didn't do it. You know, same thing with the business coach. And so that's what we do, you know. And why are we plugging ourselves? Because we never plug ourselves, really. It's just, we just do it sporadically throughout the show, throughout the almost 2 years that we've been doing this, very sporadically. But you know what? We know what we're capable of. We're really fucking good at what we do. We really are. And if you want to go for the spiritual connectivity, if you're looking to build up your relationship, if you're looking to just fix, have a better connection to source, Gladiator Guru is your person. That's who you're going to go to. If you're a caregiver and you're at your wit's end, she's the person you go to. That's the coaching that she does. She doesn't make you feel like you're going crazy. She empowers you. And for me, if you're looking to better your health, lose weight, or if you're stuck, if your life just hit the skids, like the shit hit the fan, and you are sitting down on your ass going, I don't know what the F to do because I don't know how to get out of this. That's my thing. I work with women who are 35 and over that have had a real big shit hit the fan moment for them, or they deal with depression or anxiety. That's who I work with. And we're both very effective at what we do. And and most of the time we don't even know we need it until we use the service. Overcame that shit, and you and everyone will see and feel better for it. Yes, overcome it.
Yeah. And he says here, find support, help. It's okay to ask. And it really is, Jonathan. And, let me just tell you something that I was raised on. My dad was a very wisdom-filled man. He always says, always trust, never lie to yourself. You know that. Trust yourself, because not everybody's your friend, because even in your darkest moments, your shadow abandons you. He says, en los momentos más oscuros, hasta tu sombra te abandona. It sounds so much prettier in Spanish. But that's just to tell, when you walk in your truth, when you know who you are, when you are trying to seek who you are, you will discover that it's not, that those are our comfort things. And look at, when I'm going to plug a little more in my book, Soul Searching for Peace. This one, I opened the book and it came out to this, Inside Out. It says, I am the true enemy of me. I am the healer of me. I am whole, yet I am incomplete. I have a void, darkness deep inside. I need to venture in to clear my mind, to cure my wounds, to fill the emptiness with loving, forgiving, and accepting words that need to spill forth from my heart. I will close the door to that pain, to that sorrow, which I have left behind to fester inside for far too long. I need to do what only I have the power to do. I need to heal inside out. I will speak from the inside out. That's disrupting your now. And that you can find this on Amazon, but I also sell them autographed and I'll mail to you directly. Because you know what? There's nothing you can't conquer. The only thing you cannot win over is death. But up until your dying day, you can make a difference. And that you can read in this book I wrote, where my husband was dying of ALS, doing it my way. How up until the Wednesday, he died on a Friday, and his tongue died Wednesday night. But up until that Wednesday, he was still talking, affirmations of love, sharing his concern for when he died, what was going to happen to me, accepting Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior that one last time.
And that's unusual because ALS, one of the first things that happens is they lose their ability to speak.
No, not him.
Incredible.
That's the
It's almost like since you said he lost it Wednesday and then he passed away when?
Friday. Like he gave up because
Yeah, and that was like it. He was done. He had nothing else to say, and then he let himself slip.
Listen, there's two types of ALS. The one that starts here, that attacks all this, they die like within 2 years from what I experienced with people. But my husband started in his legs all the way up. So he lasted 5.5 years. So I went from newlywed wife to full-time nurse for 5.5 years. But this book talks about a love story with understanding self. We're coming full circle with who you are and where you are and accepting it. And he was handed a death sentence and he flipped that bitch into a celebration of life until his last day. So I mean, these are look at because I'm gonna plug it. These are my books, and this is the compilation book. So right now, but they all talk about you and what you need to do, admitting I am the true enemy of me because I know better, and yet I'm sitting here blaming everybody else. You know, when you acknowledge who you are, then you can see people for their places in your life. Remember, not everybody deserves a VIP section in your life. Sometimes you need to take those fools to the nosebleed section because you don't want to eliminate them from your life because they could be your mother, your brother, your cousin. But they don't need front row seats to your life because that energy mingles. And sometimes, you know what, it's just exhausting for you to accomplish what you're supposed to accomplish. That's being a disruptor. That's saying, oh, I want to come, Margie. I want to come. Can I get the front row seat? No, boo-boo. But there's seats up there in section G, seat 549. You know, they're still participating. They're still a part of your life, but they have to grow. And you can't do that for them. You can't do that for me. I can't do that for you.
And that's being a disruptor because you decide what is best for you. Nobody gets to decide what's best for you unless you let them. And a lot of times we do that. We let them, and then we turn around and go, oh, I mean, I did it for years. I let everybody else decide. And then I had the nerve when I hit my lowest point to get mad that I didn't do anything I wanted to do because I didn't fucking speak up, because I didn't stand up for myself. That's the bottom line, you know? And it was a bitter pill to swallow because I had to admit that in the end, it was all my fault, not their choices of what they did. If you don't have good boundaries, if you don't lay down the law right away and say, this is how I want to be treated, this is how I deserve to be treated. And if you are in a relationship and you've already set that parameter and now you're like, okay, yeah, this isn't fucking working for me anymore, I don't want to do this, then you flip it. You flip it. And if they don't like it, they could lick a nut. I don't care. You know, it's one of those things where the reason we don't make a change is because we're also afraid of the change. You know, if you say to the person that you're in a relationship with, let's say, or your family members, that's not going to work for me anymore. I don't want you to treat me this way. And this is how I want to be treated. If you say that to them, that means your life is going to change too. That means you have to deal with the aftermath of how they're going to respond to you. Mm-hmm. And some of them are not going to be positive about it. Some might be like, oh, thank God, you know, and others might be like, yeah, you know, who do you think you are? Yes, exactly. Who do you think you are? I'm me. You don't like it? Get the hell out. Because me laying down served you beautifully. I'm going to tell you, it let you do whatever the hell you wanted to do at my expense and no more. Mm-hmm. That's what being a disruptor is. Being a disruptor is taking the moment. So this is what you're going to do today. You're going to sit the fuck down somewhere, sometime today, quietly for 5 minutes. Give yourself freaking 5 minutes. You're going to close your eyes and you're going to think about your life and you're going to ask yourself, am I really happy? Am I happy? Am I happy with what I'm doing? Am I happy with the money I'm making? Am I happy emotionally, mentally, spiritually? Am I happy physically with the body that I have? Am I able to do the things that I want? Am I in good health? Do I feel good? Am I on a lot of medications? Am I happy with all of that? And if you are not happy with it, you have to disrupt it. How the hell are you going to disrupt it? You have to say, no mas, I don't want that anymore. So how do I flip it? Well, if I don't want to take medications anymore, then I need to make some changes in my lifestyle so that I'm healthier.
Yes.
If I'm not happy with the job that I'm in, then I need to look for a new effing job. Oh, but wait, this is not a good time to look for a job. All this COVID stuff, bullshit. There are so many job openings right now because people. I keep reading these lists. I'm always in LinkedIn. I'm always looking at articles. There's such a job shortage. And there's so many people that are desperate to have people come to work that they're willing to negotiate even salaries. So if you're not happy with your job, then this is the time to look for it. And if you have 5 job offers, you get to pick. That's the beauty of it, right? And don't sit there and say, well, what if the next job I get really sucks? Who the hell cares? Then get another job. Who says that you have to stay in one job, right? That old bullshit. Remember, that's how we were brought up. We were brought up as, oh, you want to get the same job and you want to stay with the same company for 30 years and then retire with them because that's the right thing to do. Screw that. If you're not happy and you don't want that life anymore, I don't give a shit if you're 65 years old. You want to go back to school and get a degree, go. Do it. Start something new. It is not too late. You'd rather be happy and ending your life and living it than doing the same shit. And again, I'm going to say it, Maya Mendoza, no amount of security is worth the suffering of a mediocre life chained to a routine that has killed your dreams. Sorry, I was trying to read far away. But that is a very powerful quote. This is your life. You get one life to live. So sit your ass down for 5 minutes today and ask yourself, am I really happy? And if you're happy with certain pieces of it, great. But if you're not happy with other pieces, like if you're not happy with your job and the money you make, but you're happy in your relationship, then you say, I'm not happy. Oh, but I'm worried because I don't want to upset my significant other. No, you're going to sit your ass down with that person that you say you're happy with. And you're going to say, I'm not happy with my job. We need to, I love you and I want you to help me figure this out. There's nothing wrong with that.
There isn't, but the most important step you have to take is acknowledging who the hell you are.
Yes.
And how low have you allowed yourself to be for you to identify why this is making you unhappy and for you not to fear to confront anybody, whether they're your loved ones or not, to say, I'm not happy. So I'm going to have to make a change. Are you going to support me or not? Because you have to figure out who the hell you are.
Right.
There's no walking around it. That's why this generation is so fucked up and living with such sensitivity that you can't say nothing to anybody anymore because they lost touch with themselves. So they feel entitled. They have this entitlement to them because whatever reason, but they're empty. They're empty souls walking around expecting you to do this and assuming you should know how they feel and having it ready for them because why not? My mom did it. So figure out who you are. That's what it is. Figure out who you are. Disrupt those old patterns in your mind. Cast them out. Feel that spirit. And then you're going to know who you are because stop lying to yourself in the process.
Yes.
Stop saying, I know it's this, but I think it's more that. Cut the bullshit with yourself. And that is going to pave the road for you to be the best disruptor, to gain to gain everything you need, that enlightenment you need so that you can provide for your children, so that you can be a solid backbone for your partner, so that whatever you put your hands on, you will gain abundance because you're doing it out of love and of knowing. And that's how you disrupt your own damn self. Don't worry about who you're hanging out with. And I get what you're saying, Jonathan. Dime con quién anda y te diré quién tú eres. Tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. But let me tell you, one of my good friends that I can call from anywhere, and she lives in the West Coast, not Denise. Her lifestyle was chaotic, but I saw the soul in her. So I'm not going to judge her by what other people say. People are people. And if you know yourself and you know what you got to do and you do it to get yourself to the next level,
yes,
doing it in kindness, and you know you're not hurting nobody, it's just for the betterment of your spirit and your soul and bringing your body along for the experiment, then guess what? You're being a disruptor.
Yes.
Learn to love yourself. Learn to trust yourself, and
Yes.
then make the changes on the outside you need to make. Because
Yes.
if not, you're gonna keep tripping over your own damn shoes because you think you're doing the inner work, but you're trying to change the outside. No, mijito, eso no vale. That doesn't work.
Yes. Yes. Yep. And I want to mention something about Jonathan too. So we really appreciate having the male perspective when Henny and Jonathan come on. We really love it because these individuals, it takes a lot of courage for a man to come on into a platform that's tends to be more predominantly female. And the beauty of it is that they share that what they're learning. Like Jonathan, he cuts hair. They have conversations. There's probably things that the guys that come into his place share with him that they probably don't even share with their ladies, right? Because that's the beauty of the conversation at the barbershop, which we're going to have Jonathan back on in February. And we're going to steal those conversations, but we're just going to talk about the communication. And for him to be able to take the insight back, he's like a little guru himself, he's like the barber guru. And, and a lot of barbers are, they come in and they have such incredible insight, so we love that Jonathan comes on because he is in he's, I don't want to use the term above. We're not above. He's on that path to enlightenment, and he's not afraid to share it. He's not afraid to show his vulnerable side, and he's cool as shit. So you could be, being vulnerable and being enlightened doesn't have to mean like you're like this like pathetic individual at all, like you're weak. You could be cool as hell because we're cool as hell, and you could be on that path to enlightenment. You can be vulnerable, you could be brave, all of those things together. And I think right there, that's the most empowering thing, when you could look at somebody and go, damn, you know what, you're exactly what you say you are.
Real. You're true.
And you live your life, and you don't judge about what I'm doing. How do I know what the hell you're doing? How do I know that it's not right for you? Who the hell am I to say? All we could do is live our lives and then share our experiences and the shit that didn't work and the shit that worked. And we're constantly figuring it out too. And then we share. When we figure it out, we share. Might not be what you need to do, but just hearing it get you to think. And that's the whole point of disrupting those thoughts that you have in your head every single day. What are they saying to you? If they're not being positive to you, and I know because we had a conversation on this yesterday, and Gladiator Guru said something to me because I wasn't being positive with what I felt about myself. And you got to be checked at the door. You can't check yourself all the time. You need a friend, you need a mentor, you need a coach, you need somebody that is going to check you and make sure that you're staying on track.
And it has to be real. And
I'm
Jonathan, when I was talking about the VIP section and people going to the nosebleed, I heard that online from a pastor. That message came from a pastor, and I've never forgotten it. And I normally share that video. It's a video about a pastor talking about when to cut those so-called friends from your life.
Yes.
Pastor, and that's what he said that. So yeah, this is true. It's true. But you got to learn who you are so that you can have the courage and the strength to sever those ties. So yes, oh my God, this was wonderful. Thank you. We've reached our end.
Yes, we are. And thank you for staying on for the extra 3 minutes as usual. So listen, we will be here Thursday. Thursday, we have more conversations on this. It is about, what is it? What time is it? What time is it? Time to wake the fuck up. That's what Thursday's conversation is with Donalyn Riley. You got to hear her story. I mean, it is just some crazy stuff that happened to her, especially over the last couple of years. And it's going to be inspiring about just shifting and going with the flow when things happen to you that you didn't expect. So anyway, thank you so much for everybody that came on today. And so we are out. Peace. And from the Badass Buddha, remember, be you, be real, and be extraordinary.
Yes. And when things get tough, smell, see, taste, and breathe in the beauty. And breathe out the bullshit, mi gente. Namaste.